All right, thanks for tuning in to Eagles Brawl Pregame Live. Wherever you are tuning in, you're either on Facebook Live, you're on Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're getting the live show right now. We greatly appreciate it. Co-host Conor Myles here with the host of Philly Sports with Giovanni Hamilton. We just wanted to start off the stream by saying one thing. It's Slay Day, baby. It's Slay Day. Let's go. It's going to be a huge game from day to Slay Day. Giovanni, you woke me up this morning and texted me. You're like, I said, I'm thinking about Carson Wentz jersey. What about you? And you're like, no, bro. It's Slay Day. Hit the Slay jersey out. So I got the Slay jersey out. You got yours out. Yeah. Tell the viewers, what do you think Darius Slay is going to do this week?
3 interceptions at least.
Three interceptions.
Yeah.
3. You really think he's going to hand it to Lamar Jackson? That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for it, bud. I'm all for it. We need a big defensive week for once. You know how the defense has been. It's been a little rough going. We're all killing Jim Schwartz right now. But this passing offense isn't really of the Ravens isn't really up to task, really. I think this is a matchup probably where the Eagles go in and they don't have to worry about that many options of the Ravens passing attack. It's really Marquise Brown, and then it's Mark Andrews. That's really the two main guys. They also have Devin Duvernay too. But somebody says someone's agreeing with you. I think he gets his first pick, if not to someone. I think he does too. I think Darius Slay gets a pick today. I am absolutely all aboard that train, the Darius Slay train of getting a pick today. Yeah. I think it's going to happen. I think Lamar hasn't been MVP Lamar. He's still been great. He's still a great quarterback, as you know, Giovanni.
Yep.
I think we're going to have some trouble with his legs today. I think he'll be running on the ground a little bit, and that'll give some linebackers like a Nate Gary.
Oh, my gosh.
Some trouble. Also, Duke Riley's out. I don't know if you realize that. So we're looking at Will Parks playing a lot more today, which is a huge boost to the secondary and the linebacking court too, because he plays dime linebacker sometimes and downs too. But good morning, morning, Drewski. Fly Eagles fly, baby. Let's go. Let's hear it, guys. Come on. Let's get this pumping going. We need to get a win today. Let's get everybody hyped.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hop on here. Let's ask some questions. Let's get this thing rolling. So the Ravens defense has given up the fewest points this season so far. Their defense has always been heralded as one of the best defensive units in the NFL. But I don't know, man. They're at home today. 3,500 fans are in the stands.
Yep.
Darius Slay's first game for the Eagles in front of fans. Carson Wentz is building a rhythm with Travis Fulgham. Zach Ertz has a good chance of having an actual good game today. He was involved heavily during practice this week. I think they're going to put him in the game plan a lot more. The Ravens aren't the best at defending tight ends right now. You know, I'm liking the Eagles' chances today, bud. It's crazy because the Ravens are 4-1 and they're all as good as we all know they are. They're a great team. No disrespect to the Ravens. I just think this matchup specifically for the Eagles helps them out because, like we said, start the show off, not that many passing options. They don't really have they have a solid run game. They do. Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, and Lamar Jackson can all run the ball like crazy. Their interior of their line is probably their weakest part of their offensive line right now, ever since they lost Marshall Yen in the offseason, where you see where our strongest suit is in the interior defensive line. So if we can get after Lamar in the middle, force him on the outsides, and play contain, I like our chances. Hey, bud, man, this plane by your house doesn't want you to prosper.
No, it's that I think someone's mowing their lawn.
Oh, someone's mowing their lawn? I thought that was an airplane. Man, do they not know that you're a very important, famous person right now and you need to be on every TV show? So we got some. Will Parks is the key to this team moving forward. I actually agree. I honestly believe that Will Parks can fill the Malcolm Jenkins role. Maybe not to the talent level of Malcolm Jenkins, but look, we've had him on Eagles Brawl. He came on episode 4. He was actually on the episode that you were on, the first episode you were on, Giovanni.
Yep.
And he told us, even last offseason, before he signed with the Eagles, he was training with Malcolm Jenkins in Philadelphia, specifically for the position that Malcolm Jenkins played. He got to learn from him firsthand what Jim Schwartz expects from that safety position. This guy, look, it's his first game back from injury, but this guy will make a difference for this team moving forward for the rest of the season. Might not happen this first game back, but it will happen as we continue going forward. The best thing about Will Parks coming back, and I think a lot of people are hoping he takes Nate Gary snaps and runs Nate Gary out of the building. I don't see that happening per se, but he gets Duke Riley off the field. Yeah. But he does get Duke Riley off the field, and I think that's a huge thing too, because Duke Riley has been awful this year. But can the Birds defense slow down Lamar?
Yes.
What do you think, Giovanni?
Yes, definitely.
Ooh, all right. Kiana's up in here. She goes, "Hi, Gio."
Hi.
And then we got Mark saying, "Hey, fellas, let's go." Excited for Wallace and Parks to be out there today. Ooh, Kayvon Wallace too. That's a good one to have out there today. I see Kayvon Wallace getting a lot more playing time with the linebacker injuries at hand. Look, this Eagles defense, I know that you know it too. They struggle with tackling. Kayvon Wallace at Clemson, a NFL pedigree type college that breeds NFL type caliber players, was one of the best tacklers in the nation last year. The Eagles defense incredibly struggles with tackling. I'm ready to see what Kayvon Wallace can do with more playing time. I think he can help them out in the tackling aspect, especially when you look at how much time Jim Schwartz wants to play that prevent defense, the sticks defense. The quarterback always checks it down and takes the short pass because he knows that this guy's going to get the extra yards after catch because the Eagles defense struggles with tackling. So I think Kayvon Wallace can help with that. Let's see what we got going on. Man, Duke Riley paid for my sister's tuition. Watch how you talk about him. Duke Riley stinks, bud. Just I tell you right now, he stinks. I'm sorry that he paid for your sister's tuition. That's great. Did you hear that? How he's aggressive on linebackers in the trade deadline? Oh, Giovanni, that's actually a great way to start the show off. Did you hear this Ray's report on 94.1? WIP's reporting that Howie Roseman's going to be aggressive at the trade deadline. I did. It said the report he was going to be aggressive. I didn't specifically say linebackers, but I'm assuming that's a position that they attack.
Yeah, I did not see that, but yeah, I believe it.
Do you think the Eagles should be buyers at the trade deadline? Do you think they should make some moves to bring people in, or do you think they should make moves to start building picks for the future? Because I think a lot of people are torn between that. Again, this is a 1-3-1 football team.
Get linebackers. Get linebackers and get Nate Gary out.
He speaks for the people, everybody. He speaks for the people. It really depends how this game goes, to be honest with you, dude. I have to see how if they lose and they lose badly, and then they go up against the Giants next week on Thursday. And if they do bad against the Giants, I'm gonna have to. I don't know, man. I might have to start saying, we might need some draft picks. We might need some draft picks.
If we do bad against the Giants, we're done. Our season's done.
You're not wrong there, bud. But I mean, we'll beat the Giants. It's just depends how we play against them, I guess, per se. Because I don't know about this team yet, man. This Eagles team. I think this is the game where they can find their identity. They have like we said, they have fans in the stand. They're getting a little bit healthier now. They're getting Will Parks back. Jalen Reagor reportedly is 2 weeks ahead of schedule. That helps a lot. Travis Fulgham is stepping up as their main wide receiver.
Yep.
I think Zach Ertz finds a rhythm this game, which could help for the rest of the season. This could be the game where they find their identity at least. At least. Now, even if they lose, if they put up a good game and they barely lose, and again, we know that this Ravens a 4-1 team. They were in the AFC Championship game last year. Or no, excuse me. They were the first seed in the AFC last year. They weren't the AFC Championship game. But if they put up a good game against this team and they still lose, but they put up a good game, I might be I feel better about them, to be honest, because look, this NFC East is wide open. Dak, as you know, because you made the greatest video of all time, is out. They got Andy Dalton now. Daniel Jones doesn't look good for the Giants right now, and they haven't even have a win. And Washington is Washington. Yep. They're trying to figure it out with Kyle Allen right now, which is odd. But I think they could win this division still. It's a very winnable division. Even if they lose today, they're 1-4-1. They're not out of this division race. It's just, I think if they go to the playoffs, I think a lot of people would worry that they would probably go one and done with how they're looking. I think that's what people are weighing the pros and cons of when they're talking about selling or buying. I just depends who I would sell. I mean, the top players on this team that would be traded is probably Zach Ertz, number one, unfortunately. I know for you and I would only, you're shaking your head already. You don't want to hear that. But If this team were to sell, though, Giovanni, that's probably one of the guys we're looking at right off the bat. I don't know who else, but it would stink. It would stink. I really want to see this team do good. I want to see them find some kind of rhythm. If they this in 2008, the Eagles went 9-6-1, and they went to the NFC Championship game when nobody thought they could. I'm not saying that this is that team, but right when their backs are against the wall, this team seems to start doing their best football. So maybe that will happen again.
Yep.
As soon as they get in the playoffs, as they find some kind of rhythm towards mid-November, all the way towards the end of the season, or even in December, if they find that rhythm, that could mean a lot going in the playoffs at least. So, as you know, when you get in the playoffs, your record, everybody's record is 0-0. So that's it. Really, this game is really going to tell me today if I'm making a move at the deadline or not. That's all I'm saying. This game today is going to tell me. It's going to give me the answers to that. Let's see. I live down in Baltimore, and I've been hearing it all week. They're calling it a blowout, but I'm hoping to play down to us, come out of the upset, baby. Go Birds! Yeah, Mike. Go Birds! Sorry that you're getting all that heat in Baltimore, my man. But I mean, a lot of people are picking the Ravens to win, understandably so. But to me, they match up with this team better than they matched up last week with the Steelers, because the Steelers had so many offensive weapons. Their run game was okay. The Eagles were good against the run, but their run game was okay. But the weapons, that was the biggest Eagles issue, is they couldn't defend all the weapons and they couldn't even start the end arounds, Giovanni. The sweeps, the reverses, like the McLeod on the Steelers was getting after us. Now you got Marquise Brown, you got Lamar Jackson. All I know is we need to come out today and we need to get a win, or at least some kind of rhythm, some kind of momentum build that you could bring into Thursday night, steamroll the Giants, keep it moving, try to win the East. Your division is very winnable. Let's go Eagles today. Yeah, Drew, that's what I like to hear. Let's go Eards, baby.
Yeah,
think we trade Eards. Yeah, we just went into that. I think if they lose this game today and they look bad, and they get into Giants and they don't look that good either, and they decide they have to sell, I think Ertz is probably the number one person that has to go. That's probably the one that you got to treat. Have to check Andrews. Yeah. Mark Andrews, the tight end for the Ravens. Giovanni, I think he's going to have a good game today. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you just said it yourself a couple minutes ago. You need to get Gary out of there. So that's the reason why. But trade for our old friend Jordan Hicks. His contract's a little rough. Arizona paid him pretty well. I would like to have Jordan Hicks back, actually, though. A lot of people would hate that move. I don't think a lot of people were big fans of Jordan Hicks because of injury history. He hasn't been injured over in Arizona, though. He's been playing over there. His coverage hasn't been that great, but I think that I wouldn't mind Jordan Hicks back here.
Yeah,
contract is probably the reason why they don't do it, though.
Yeah.
Read option is controlling Andrews is the only thing I worry about today. We're getting a lot of the same responses. I don't think that many people are worried about Baltimore's offense as I thought they would be.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people are just worried about the run, which they should be in the end arounds.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But Mark Andrews is a good tight end. He's a top 5 tight end. He has some key drops this season, but again, he's playing against the weakest linebacking core in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works. Let's hear some Giovanni predictions. Let's go. Let's segue into some Giovanni predictions. Man, I've been talking enough already. It's time for you to get you on the mic.
Okay. I already said my Slay prediction. 3 interceptions for Slay. This is a long shot, but at least 8 sacks for Brandon Graham.
I'll be happy if the defensive line gets 8 sacks, but if Brandon Graham gets 8 sacks, I'll wear his jersey for every single day of the rest of the season.
Yep, same.
I will praise Brandon Graham for every single day of the rest. Even if they lose this game, if he gets 8 sacks, I will wear his jersey every day for the rest of the season.
Yes. Let's see.
Let's get some offense. I mean, I know that you and I predict Ertz scores. Yep. I think it's a fair prediction. We all think Ertz scores this week.
Ertz scores
Watch Travis Fulgham. Ertz scores twice.
Yep. Travis Fulgham will have over 100 yards.
Over 100 yards. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Because we did just get this question for you about Travis Fulgham. It says prediction on Travis Fulgham's stat line. You say he's going to have over 100 yards. How many catches do you think he has?
Like probably 18. I'm gonna say 18.
18 catches for over 100 yards. Okay. Wow.
Yep.
All right. You're feeling bold today, my friend.
Yeah.
You're feeling bold. So I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with 6 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown.
All right.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
The Ravens secondary is good. You gotta give me some credit here. The Ravens secondary is good. Marlon Humphrey is one of the best corners in the league. Marcus Peters is questionable. I'm not sure if he's gonna play yet. Haven't heard anything about him being ruled out. Not too worried about him in coverage per se, because he really is the guy that will attack the ball and make the interception more than cover well. But again, if he does play, and Carson Wentz, unfortunately for Carson Wentz, he has been a little turnover prone this season. Worried that Marcus Peters could make a pick on him, because he does make those big plays on the ball. Ooh, I like what Mark's saying right here. I'm feeling a big deep ball touch today for Hightower touchdown. I am too. They're there. It's all up to Hightower to make that play now.
Yep.
Carson Wentz has put those ball right where he needs to put it on those big play passes. I'm not going to kill John Hightower for last week in Pittsburgh. It's a rookie mistake. His ball tracking will improve over time. The more he works with Carson, the more reps he gets with Carson, the more those type of passes he gets from Carson, it'll get there over time. He was great at ball tracking at Boise State. You still have to build the connection, the chemistry with your quarterback. Not 100% there with Carson Wentz yet, but those opportunities will continue to come, and he will eventually make the play like he should have against Pittsburgh. I agree. I think John Hightower, I don't know if it's going to be today per se, but if it doesn't happen today, it's happening next week against New York. He's going to have a big bomb touchdown for sure. I'm feeling that, Mark. They keep going there. They always they do that big play. It just hasn't worked the way they envisioned lately. But
the
Eagles lose the division. Who is on the hot seat at the end of the year? Jim Schwartz. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jim Schwartz. I think you bring Doug into your office and tell him, look, when we brought you in 2016, you were a very inexperienced head coach. It was your first head coaching opportunity other than high school. You weren't an offensive coordinator even that long. You barely were a play caller. You were a half a game play caller for 1 year. We went out and we built this offensive coaching staff around you to complement you, to build you up. And then we trusted you to be this play caller, to be this guy without those guys, because you won a Super Bowl. Of course, those guys were going to get poached. Your team was successful. But what I need now is to bring in another guy to help you, like Frank Wright helped you. To game plan every night. Because what everybody doesn't know, which Ed has said on Eagles Brawl multiple times, I don't know if you've listened to Eagles Brawl religiously, you've heard this. Frank Wright and Doug Peterson would camp out at Doug's house the night before the game and completely game plan before the game before. They would make the script together. Now Doug just does that by his own. Ever since Frank left, even with Mike Rowe was here, it's always just been Doug doing it on his own. I think Doug needs his Frank back.
Yep.
I need his Frank type back.
Yeah, I want to say something real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bring Coach DeFilippo back.
Ooh, you would bring John DeFilippo back. Yep.
Yes. He was awesome.
My thing with him is there's got to be some bad blood there.
Yeah.
There's got to be some type of bad blood there for him to not be back in this building yet. Now, I think it's because in 2017, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he was able to be approached by the New York Jets before they won the Super Bowl to become their offensive coordinator, and Jeffrey Lurie blocked that move. He blocked it. He blocked him from interviewing with him. And that him blocking him is now a major reason why in the NFL made a rule where you can't do that anymore. If you're an assistant and you're getting a promotion, you're offered or you're being interviewed for a promotion, you're allowed to go do that now. You don't have to get blocked off by the owner of the coaching staff. I think that rubbed John DeFilippo the wrong way that they did that. But that being said, if you offer him the offensive coordinator job for the Eagles,
yeah,
that's a different story. He might want to come back and work with Carson, and and have that role. But he's not going to call plays here. It's still going to be Doug no matter what. So that's what you have to just sit down. I mean, you've heard Doug, Giovanni.
Yep.
Ed's asked him himself if he ever Ed Cross, our Eagles Brawl Insiders, asked him himself if he would ever consider giving up play calling. Is that something that he would want to do? And Doug quickly just shot that down and said, "No, I never want to." So it'll be interesting to see if that meeting does happen at the end of the year where Larry goes, "I think you need this type of help, like we did when we brought you in." But Doug will react to that because he doesn't think so right now. So we'll be interested. And then Carol Ray asked, do you want Howie to be fired? Look, to ask a new general manager, a new executive, anybody in power of the personnel decisions to come in this offseason, this specific offseason, 2021 offseason, and to deal with the cap situation that is going to be given to him, that's not a good move. You're not setting the guy up for success. I think, and it's unfortunate because the situation is why I'm keeping Howie Roseman. The circumstances are why I'm keeping Howie Roseman. But I would tell him, Howie, we need to bring a personnel guy in here. It's clear as day you cannot run this operation by yourself. You won a Super Bowl when you had Joe Douglas in place. You got better when we had Joe Douglas in place. We need to have somebody like that maybe again for you. I would try to poach Louis Riddick from ESPN. I think he's worked with the Eagles before. He's worked with Washington. I think that's a guy that you would want coming in here to make personnel decisions. Now, will Howie work with him? I don't think so. I think there's some bad blood there. So I don't know if that will work per se. But I think I do think they need to bring in a personnel guy this offseason to help Howie Roseman with those decisions because I don't think he can do it by himself anymore. I think it's proven. To go into this draft, and again, I know we kill him every time we get a chance to, but to go into this draft with all the needs that you have on this team and to go ahead and take a second-round quarterback, that really wasn't a huge need. It's crucifying your team. You're looking at Jerry Meachin out there balling. You're looking at the linebackers out there, Logan Wilson, Akeem Gaither, they're out there looking good for Cincinnati. Christian Fulton, all these guys that are on the board at the time, and you pick a backup quarterback. It's still stinging to this team to this day, and I think it still stings fans and still stings that it could. I mean, look, it's possibly hindering this team right now. It's possibly hindering your franchise quarterback. We're debating that. We don't know that for a fact, but people are debating it. If Jalen Hurts is present, is affecting your franchise quarterback. I don't know. I think Howie needs help with personnel decisions. That's all I got to say on that one. I'm not necessarily firing him per se, but I am demoting him. And I think he needs to handle the cap and the contract situations once again because, as we all know, this cap situation going in 2021 is not a favorable position to be in whatsoever. Giovanni, have we talked about scores? I think my score predictions are changing all week long, to be honest with you, my man. I know I said 14-13 on the pod, but I don't know now.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no. If that's the score, I'm going to have a heart attack.
The Ravens' defense is pretty good, though, man. It's going to be tough to score against them.
I mean, it could be 7 or 10.
I like this prediction right here by Josh Snyder. I'm giving a prediction. Wentz has 2 rushing touchdowns. Very feasible. He had a rushing touchdown against Ravens the first time he played them in his career when he was a rookie. And he passes for 220 yards, and the Eagles win by 10. 220, I think, is a pretty good yardage, I think, for Carson Wentz, especially against this defense. I like that prediction a lot. That's a very good prediction, Josh. I'm a fan of that prediction. 28-24 Birds. Ooh, I think you made people confident. I think your confidence is infectious or something today, man. This comment stream is looking pretty good. Fulgham has amazing route running skills. Let's give a shout out to that real quick.
Yes.
I absolutely agree with that. Fulgham is not only great in route running skills, but his concentration and making catches, boom. I love that.
And his confidence, he's a young wide receiver with a lot of confidence, which makes a huge difference.
Huge difference. It's infectious. It's infectious. And not only that, to get called up from the practice squad to the active roster against the 49ers, where no one really expects anything from you, and to come out and play like the way he did, to get that.
He came out and he balled.
And then to go next week into Pittsburgh against a very talented secondary, a very talented defense. And to play that way 10 catches, 152 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yep.
Huge catches over the middle on the hash marks. That guy's there to play, man. That guy is there to play.
That's not a fluke.
There is no reason not to bring Nigel Bradham back. Man, look, I know we're all mad about the linebacking position. It stinks. Nigel Bradham's not that much better, guys. Very slow. They have so many linebackers right now that are great against the run. Sean Bradley, Alex Singleton. I mean, that's probably about it. But the linebacking position is as weak as it is. Nigel Bradham doesn't make him any better. I'm not going to lie to you guys. He's not the same player anymore. New Orleans brought him in to replace Kiko Alonso, and they cut him like a week after they brought him in. He's on the Denver Broncos practice squad right now because they're so decimated at the linebacking position, but they don't even want to promote him that. They put him on the practice squad. This isn't the same guy anymore, guys. Nigel Bradham's not the same guy anymore. The Eagles moved on because of that. That's the only reason why he's not back. We scored 29 against the Steelers. I think we could do it again today, Bob Landis.
Yes, I love that.
You love that? Yeah. I think they'll be able to move the ball better against the Ravens defense. I think, look, the Ravens defense is great against the run, but you haven't really utilized Miles Sanders as much as you possibly can this season. I think he's going to find ways to break out in the limited year. Because I think honestly, Giovanni, it sucks to say this. I think Doug Peterson continues to lack of usage for Miles Sanders today. I don't think that changes, unfortunately. I think it continues.
Yeah.
So I think you could throw off the game plan a little bit. You can mix a little bit of Jalen Hurts in on his couple runs, his couple trick plays. You could run it on some, even pass it to Miles Sanders. Actually, put him in the slot. Let him go. He was your best vertical threat last year. Let him do some more vertical things in the passing game. Run him a couple times. Change it up a little bit. Be a little creative. You know, you're shying away from Zach Ertz. This team you're playing in Baltimore doesn't have the best safeties right now. Chuck Clark is a good player, not great. Deshaun Elliott, the other safety, has been struggling a little bit. They have some good linebackers, obviously. Patrick Queen is great against the run. He struggles in coverage a little bit. Obviously, a rookie. LJ Fort, as the Eagles fans all know, solid season for the Ravens. He's probably going to give the Eagles some trouble today. And you're going to hear his name a lot as a former Eagle player. You're going to see on Eagles Twitter a lot. A bunch of people complaining that we didn't keep LJ Fort once again. But enough of that. I think Zach Ertz going to have a big game today. So you can get completely creative with that. You have the presence of Travis Fulgham, where I think if you're the Ravens secondary, you have to pay attention to him now. You have to give him some kind of attention with the way he's been playing, which helps even more.
Honestly,
I think they could do a lot on the offense today because they can throw a lot of things at the Ravens defense that they wouldn't expect.
Now, do you think that we're gonna use some Travis Fulgham jet sweeps?
I don't know if it'll be Travis Fulgham. I think it might be more John Hightower maybe if they do that. Or they've done it with Greg Ward too. Maybe Greg Ward. But I think with Travis, you just need to keep him out in the receiving game. You need to keep him out on the short intermediate routes. Keep him even doing the deep post over the middle of the field. Put him all over. Put him at the slot. Put him at X. Put him at Z. That's what he's been doing so far. He's been balling. Let him keep doing his thing. Keep riding the hot hand Carson Wentz as usual. Trade deadline coming up. So do the Birds jump for a core receiver or core defensive player? I think it's going to be defensive player if they do make a move.
Yeah.
If they bring a player in. Because I don't think that Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson are going to give you enough when they come back. But I think that this team is relying on them to give you something when they come back. I don't think they'll be in the receiver market because of that. Plus, you have Travis Fulgham bringing an impact. Jalen Reagor will be back soon. I think that they're expecting a huge impact from him when he comes back. I don't see them making a move for wide receiver. I think defense would have to be the move there. Let's bring back Trotter. I would love that. I love Jeremiah Trotter. That'd be great. Go Birds. Score. Kathy has the Eagles winning 24-21. It's a good game. It's a good score.
I like that too.
I like that too, man.
There's a lot of good score predictions.
There has been. Miles has 150 all-purpose yards, bowl prediction, following Gio's lead. Hashtag following Gio's lead. Man, I'd be so excited if he does that, though. If you post that type of stat line, that'd be absolutely great. Absolutely great, especially against that defense.
Yeah.
Hi, Giovanni. Go Eagles. From Drew.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, baby. All right. So we got a couple minutes left on here, Giovanni.
Yep.
Let's get some predictions. So your final score prediction is going to be
I changed it. It's gonna be 7-10. Birds win.
Ooh. That's a low. You think, yeah, I'm going to give you a heart attack. You're going to give me a heart attack. I'm changing mine a little bit too. A little bit because I think it's a little too low now. I think the Eagles will win 20-16.
Ah.
20-16. I think it's still going to be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be close too.
Yeah.
Let me just give a couple of my main plays for DFS out there so I can give to the stream real quick. I do it every week. And then we're going to end the show with your hype speech.
All right.
So I got 20-16 Eagles win. I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling the Eagles pride. I usually pick the other team for reverse psychology, but I'm feeling the Eagles today, baby.
Yeah.
And you got 10-7, which is we got some good predictions here. Nobody has said the Ravens are going to win on our comment stream so far. Let's rack up 41 points. Woo!
Oh.
Yeah, Taro, I would love that, buddy. I would love
Not
to
against the Ravens, though.
No. So here's my huge must plays on DraftKings and Fanduel this week. So everybody's already going to know I'm going to pick Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is definitely a guy, the Ravens tight end, that you definitely want to play in your DFS lineups this week for sure. But I also have Adam Thielen in. I have to have Adam Thielen in against the Atlanta secondary. I think he will destroy them. I'm also liking Mike Davis this week, the Panthers running back. He's been filling in great for Christian McCaffrey. And he's facing a Bears defense that hasn't been the same against the run since Eddie Goldman's been out. Those are the three main guys I need to have in every lineup this week. So Adam Thielen, Mike Davis, and Mark Andrews are the three guys I'm having all my DFS lineups. If you are listening, that's who I am picking. So we are going to end the show right now, the pregame live show. It's been a great episode. You guys have been great. The comments have been awesome. Giovanni, always. I think we should do this from now on, Giovanni. I think you should come on for the pregame shows from now on. I think it's only right.
Yeah. This has been awesome.
Let's end the show with you giving your Eagles hype speech.
All right.
Let's hear it.
So, guys, I know it's going to be a tough game against the Ravens, but, we always win games that we're not supposed to. I know that. You guys know that. I think we got this one. We just need to use Travis Fulgham. Use Ertz. Ertz needs to get in a rhythm. We need to use Miles Sanders. We don't even need to just run. Use him in slants or screen passes. Just use Miles Sanders more. I think this can be a win if we use our weapons.
Giovanni's keys to victory are use Ertz.
Yep.
Use Miles Sanders more, and then be creative.
Yep.
You can't beat that. I couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest with you. That was a perfect way to put that. Use Ertz. Use Miles Sanders. Be creative. You'll get the win. I love it. Amen, Gio. You got everybody hype right now. The future of the Eagles head coach job right there. Yes. Giovanni is the future Eagles head coach. That's for sure, Josh. Thank you for that comment because you're absolutely right. We need to make sure that Giovanni remembers that he is the future Eagles head coach. All right, guys. Thanks you all for tuning in. We'll give you a jam-packed week of Eagles Brawl content. Actually, Giovanni, you may have. I know you have one confirmed guest. That's the Blue Meanie. You have the Blue Meanie on this week for Philly Sports with Giovanni. That episode will air on Wednesday. Cannot wait for that. But you also may have, if you're still trying to schedule it with him, let him know. Let him know who you're bringing on this week.
Torrey Smith.
Torrey Smith is going to make his.
We're also still trying to schedule with Kay Adams.
Kay Adams, that's right. So we have Torrey Smith that's going to be on Philly Sports with Giovanni, hopefully this week, if not soon.
Yep.
Kay Adams of NFL Network, Good Morning Football as well.
Yep.
And then the Blue Meanie. The Blue Meanie. WWE. Brian Heffernan, the Blue Meanie, will also be on Philly Sports with Giovanni this week. You have a jam-packed week of good content, sir.
Yeah.
And we got the game on Thursday this week, so we gotta hurry up and get all this out there, all this content out there, and then we'll do another pregame live show, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We got one more comment. Mark, Gio, you were the star this week, bud. Everybody was loving you on the stream this week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it. Check out Eagles Brawl and Philly Sports with Giovanni wherever you get podcasts.